That's right. Records show that Chris Cootie had a past that state authorities agreed not to release, according to a settlement agreement. The state accidentally released 6 pages of Chris Cootie's files in an open records request. The records show both candidates for Bleckley County Sheriff in 2016 were fired from their previous jobs, but only one of those firings was public during the campaign. Chris Cootie was allowed to keep his record sealed, according to the settlement.
I focus on person by person, each person that I met. I wanted to help the person see me for who I was.
Johnny Blash says he knew it would be an uphill battle to win the Bleckley County Sheriff seat in 2016. He was a Democrat running in a conservative county.
I wanted them to know that regardless of party affiliation, I'm here for integrity. I'm here to bring a change that you people are telling me that you need.
But he had 2 felony charges on his back and the reputation of being fired from his last job.
I was given the choice to resign, but I knew that if I resigned, I had no recourse. I couldn't fight back.
But Blash wasn't the only candidate who had been fired. Chris Cootie's personnel file looks nearly squeaky clean. Promotions, list of completed trainings, and good performance reviews. It says he voluntarily resigned from the Georgia State Patrol after 19 years. But we learned some records of his file were not subject to public release. That includes his consent agreement with the Georgia Department of Public Safety. But the state says they accidentally sent us those sealed documents. They wanted them back. We said no. So what's so important in these documents? Essentially, the state agreed to censor Cootie's personnel file. Nowhere on his file would it say terminated. That's why it says Cootie voluntarily resigned on June 15, 2007. But other documents show Cootie was terminated with cause after an internal affairs investigation. It was launched in January 2007. According to the files, Cootie left the scene of an investigation. He and his girlfriend got into a domestic dispute at her home in Cochrane. The report described a pushing and shoving match. Cootie's son witnessed it and called 911. According to the report, Cootie left the home and took his 12-year-old son with him. Then the records say Cootie refused to cooperate with investigators. Cochrane's police chief said Cootie refused to answer 100 calls. Cootie also never reported the Cochrane investigation to his Georgia State Patrol supervisor. The final state report said Cootie obstructed the investigation. But that wasn't all. During that investigation, Georgia State Patrol got another complaint about Cootie. A driver witnessed a 12-year-old girl driving his patrol car on the highway with Cootie's brother in the passenger seat. Cootie admitted that he allowed others to drive his patrol car, including the 12-year-old. Documents say Cootie was terminated for misconduct, but on his file, not terminated, not resigned under investigation, or resigned in lieu of termination, simply voluntarily resigned. Then in 2016, Cootie won the Bleckley County Sheriff seat with 77% of the vote. Blash got 22% with 2 felony counts on his back.
A lot more people perhaps would have voted for me had not these charges been put on me, right, and placed on me with a purpose of, defaming me, defaming my name, to put doubt in voters' mind. And it did just that.
Blash says he has no ill will toward Cootie. He says Cootie won the sheriff's race by being in the right place at the right time. And Blash says Cootie had people in power protecting his career. For 13 Investigates, I'm Ashlyn Webb.